Having a friend to practice with, to hone your intuition, can speed up the psychic development process. Like a jogging buddy, an intuitive companion can help to explore the psychic process. It's also great to have someone you know and trust to work with when you want to ask questions about your own life. Giving them a chance to practice, giving you a chance to ask some specific questions, and they could be about relationship, health, career, your children, whatever's important to you at that time. If you're learning the tarot, you can read for each other. It's a good way to read for a person regularly and see the patterns of behaviour in that person's life. Intuitive practice partners are also great for exploring things like telepathy, psychic energy cords, and learning how to contract and expand your auric energy field. It's good to know that when you need to be in a shopping centre or a crowd of people, if you're intuitively very sensitive, it's important to be able to bring that energy field in. And having someone to test you with it is sometimes the best way to do that. In beginners classes, I tell students what to expect essentially. So you're looking for images, you're looking for them in the mind's eye, in the third eye, the way you remember an image. So you're not expecting to see it with your eyes, you're expecting to see it with your mind's eye, the way you would if I asked you to remember your living room or your first car or some event from your life that was important, and you can remember it in great detail. And intuition works that way, and that's why it's very hard to know the line between intuition and imagination sometimes. So I describe it to students as it's like shining a narrow beam torch into a darkened room. And only where the light reaches objects does it reveal what's in the room. It's not the same as turning an overhead light on where all the rooms are illuminated at once. This is a narrow beam, and that's the way intuition starts. And eventually you can learn to widen that light, so you're seeing the events around what's leading up to the wedding that you're seeing, or the sports injury, or whatever it is that you're seeing, and what leads away from it as well. After one exercise, psychic development exercise, I asked the students how did it go, and some of them were saying it was very stressful until my practice client gave me a couple of confirmations, and then I thought, actually, I'm onto something, and that helped me to relax. And there are always one or two people that really struggle with it at first, and it's frequently people who have a lot of issues with learning new things or really doubt their intuition. One cheeky student said to me in one of the courses I was running, he said, I liked your analogy of the torch in a darkened room. He said, I was in that darkened room. In fact, I stubbed my toes on a few things, pieces of furniture there, but I couldn't find that damn torch. And so I just knew it's time for him to try some other techniques. Because as soon as you get a success in one area, that can give you confidence to go back to the areas where you have felt blocked and try again. I suggested to him that he needed to pay attention the next few weeks to see where intuitive information surfaces. He was a keen surfer, and by the third Sunday he discovered how it came to him, his intuition. He said, when I'm on a flat sea in between waves and you haven't had a decent wave in 3 or 4 minutes, you're just straddling the board, he said there's a sense of calm, you're just waiting, there's nothing you need to do. He said sometimes the intuition kicks in, then I get a whole lot of information. And the difficult part is then he can't write it down, he can't record it anyway, he's got to wait till he gets to the shore, dries off, gets in his car, gets out his pad and starts writing, But at least he knows where it's starting. So what that would mean is you pay for a session to see a clairvoyant, and the clairvoyant says, now just give me a minute, I've got to go surfing and I'll come back with some information. That would take forever. He comes back after an afternoon surfing, he looks refreshed and you're a bit impatient at that stage, and he says, here's the news. It's not a way you do readings, but it is just a beginning, a starting off point, a jumping off point essentially. Another thing to be aware of is when reading for friends, they sometimes don't want to confirm something you've said because it's private. If you're a stranger, they might confirm it. As a friend, they don't want to let you know about this other situation, someone I'm in love with that I haven't told you about, or someone I'm angry with that's upset me, that's a friend of yours as well. If this happens early on in your practice sessions, without getting any confirmations of what you've said, someone denying everything all the way through, you could feel pretty despondent. In fact, it could put people off sometimes early on.